All right, welcome everybody. How you guys doing today? It's been a while.
It has been a minute. Doing pretty good.
Doing all right.
Well, I mean, I know that a lot of the reason that we are a lot of the reason that we weren't here was because quite a few of us had birthdays. So happy birthday to you,
Happy birthday to you.
Ryden. Thank you, thank you. Of course, time is not here. He has his own personal issues, but happy birthday to
Three
Time
on
Traveling.
1 month.
If he if he's tuning in, I hope he is. Everybody in the chat, welcome. It is 8:33 and we are back here again for Start Button Live. So I know you guys have missed us, and of course we go through our normal banter, our normal roundabout talks about games. So I just want to say good evening and welcome to Start Button Live. This is a safe haven for geeks, nerds, weebs, blurs, and gamers. I'm your host, King Anarchy, and here with us today we have Mr. Hustle Simmons, and we also have Raijin.
What up? What up?
So, of course, we also have Loon, but I did not know that we had Loon. So anyway,
Yeah,
Loon
I'm
is
here
here.
for today.
Welcome. So everybody can see Loon
Stand
once
in.
again. I'm sorry, Loon. I almost forgot you. That's my bad. That's my bad. Um, but yeah, welcome everybody. So, today we've had some spicy conversations over the course of the past week or two, and I think I want to start with a question today that actually kind of kicked off some of those spicy conversations. So the question that I have for everybody today, and anybody in the chat, I would love for you to kind of input your opinions. Wait, first I should probably be in the super chat, right? So let me just make it so that I can see that. One moment, I apologize. Pop this baby out. There we go. All right, so the question that I have for everybody today is I want to know what you think a gamer is. What is the definition of a gamer to you? Um, does that mean that you play video games? Does that count people who play all kinds of games? What is a gamer to you? Um, what what um what do you define as a gamer? What do you think the gaming culture is?
Hmm. This has changed. I feel like this question's changed and evolved so much over the years. Where it's like, where people are like, if you only play mobile games, you're not a gamer. Like, if you're only playing Candy Crush, you're not a gamer. Or if you only playing one game, you're not a gamer. Like, I feel like I don't. I'm not saying I subscribe to that sentiment, but it's like I feel like it's changed a lot. But I think like a gamer is just someone who spends like a good percentage of their free time, like one of their main hobbies they like to do is gaming. Like go home after work, pop on Call of Duty, Warcraft, Destiny, whatever have you, or call like whatever you feel like playing. But I feel like being a gamer is like pretty intricate to your normal day to day, or at least takes up a good portion of your free time. Like you like doing it. Like it's I don't know. It's hard to describe now because like how accessible gaming is now. So it's like, who's to say like someone that only likes playing Power Wash the Simulator isn't a gamer or some other nonsense like that? Like if they like playing it, like get the free time off work, then are they still? I think they're still a gamer.
I mean, there were times in the past where I've had people say comments such as, "I like to play games, but I'm not like a gamer like you." And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I like to play games. It means you're a gamer. Game.
I guess you could say the culture behind game. Like what, like some of the lingo I guess we use compared to everybody else. Like FPS, frame per second. First person shooters. Like RPGs. It's like what is an RPG? Stuff like that. I guess.
What is an RPG?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god, we're not going down that rabbit hole again. We're not going down that rabbit hole.
We're not opening up.
again,
We're not opening up that Pandora's box.
That can of worms needs to stay closed.
I mean, this one could be a can of worms too. So, all right. So typically gamers usually know like the lingo FPS and RPG, blah blah blah. Is gaming relegated to only video games?
I believe so.
Nah, I would say tabletop, like board games.
Yeah.
Trading card games.
Card games.
People that go to the arcade all the time. Like I know some people that like strictly go for like pinball tournaments at some arcades around the country and stuff like that. So it's like they definitely game like shit. Because pinball is still hard shit. I tried playing pinball the first time a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I forgot how hard and frustrating this is. But
they still have tournaments at 8 on the break too.
Yeah, no, it's not just video games.
So, So would you consider somebody who's like a dungeon, like somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons? Would they be considered a gamer if they go to like weekly D&D sessions, or like there's actually someone that I know that's in one of the Discord servers that I'm in, and his name is literally Pro DM. Like he's a pro dungeon master.
That's the thing.
I mean, yeah, I'll say it's a gamer.
I just found out it's a thing, so I guess. Like, I mean, if you get paid to be a dungeon master, first of all, how big of a D&D game do you have to host to be paid to be a dungeon master? Second of all, how big of a D&D game can you have?
Or it could be like,
I know some people I used to work with that are still running a game that's been going 8 years, and they meet up every week.
I mean, I've run some games that have gone for weekly. Like I've been in some D&D games that have gone for like 6 months.
It could be. Maybe he also is like someone who's offering DM services for people who may not have access to a DM. Like, let's say maybe there's a group of friends and just like, well, I don't want to be DM. I don't want to be DM either.
Yeah,
and he's just like, hey, I'll be your DM.
There's a company called Dungeons and Drafts where they go to breweries and bars, and you can sign up online to do like one-shot sessions for D&D, and they have like people who have been DMing basically their entire like teenage to adult life, and it's like, yo, I want to get people in the D&D, and so they get paid to DM at bars and shit. So it's definitely like kind of lucrative now, depending on like how many games you get.
Yeah. I still want to try that one that's I can't remember the name of it. It begins with a D, but they made basically Dungeons and Dragons, but in game, like video game form, where you can actually have a DM in it. I can't remember the name of it though. I saw like the Patreon for it like a long ass time ago.
Didn't they added it to oh my god, what's the
Tabletop Simulator?
No,
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate. Yeah, they added it to Baldur's Gate.
They did?
The older Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 3? Because I know that Baldur's Gate you had you did have a mode where you could have like a dungeon master mode.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if there's a DM mode in Baldur's Gate 3.
Larian said they're never planning to put a DM mode in, but now that mods are available and multiplayer is available, you can do it. So it's just a matter of someone making.
They said they were going to like have either another game or a mod, but they had like they showed some type of like little figurines or something. It wasn't like the actual character, like the actual game, but like a board game with 3D model. They can do other types of stuff. So I don't know how. I'm looking at them and see.
I think this is actually a really interesting conversation, especially because, like I said, we talk about different games from different kinds of scopes. Like even here, we have a very inclusive conversation where we talk about things that are like trading card games. We talk about things that are tabletop games. We haven't talked about D&D as much, but we've definitely talked about chess before. You know, like if you compete in something, does that automatically make you a gamer because you're trying to master your craft? Or You know what I'm saying? Like if you compete in something that's considered a game.
Yeah, chess is a weird like gray area because it's like you are most definitely playing the game, but if you are only taking all your time to practice chess, are you then just a chess player or are you a gamer?
What's
Like
the
if you
difference?
That's what I'm saying.
like, well, that's what if you don't do nothing else, like you like that's what I mean. Like that's where it gets weird gray area. It's like his chess is a game,
True.
but it's like, but at that point, once you're at a certain level, it literally just becomes like
You're
math
literally just a
probability-
chess player.
math
You're trying to
probability
become a
and science
master.
and everything like that. So it's like it gets weird. Like I think like I don't know. I think at the core of it, yeah, but I don't think I would call like what's that dude that pro chess player Magnus? Where I don't know if I call him a gamer. I think I would just call him a chess player. Like that. I think I would still have like a weird. I still think I still have a weird block.
Or
calling,
chess
like,
master.
or like a chess grandmaster.
Right. Like you become a
Calling it a
master
game.
chess player. You become
Yeah.
a chess master once you get to the higher whatchamacallit. But like, for example, I know that a lot of people who play tabletop, like a lot of people who play D&D, a lot of people who play, even card games, they play video games too. Like, they game. Like sometimes either your game comes from like your source material or something like a video game. For example, Star Wars games, knowing the abilities of different characters, or Pokemon. Like Pokemon is a worldwide phenomenon that essentially started off as a video game. Because what came first, the anime or the game?
Wait, what came first? The game came first.
Yeah, the game came first.
Everybody-
I thought you were joking. I didn't realize that. Yeah, the
I was
game.
like, wait, did the anime come first?
The game 100% the game came first.
Yeah, no. I know. I knew. I'm like, does nobody know the answer to this?
Bro, I'm about to have a Mandela effect over
I
here.
was not paying attention that you asked the actual question. I thought you just like stated like, yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, game came first.
Me and Loon was experiencing Mandela effect for like a hot second.
Yeah, I
We were
did
like,
not know.
what the fuck? Did the
Was
like,
I
did the
saying
anime come out
the
first?
poker rap before Red?
Like, how did I learn about what Pikachu looked like? Was it the Poke Rap or was it the game? Sheesh.
Next question is, how did I know what Pikachu sound like? Was it from the game or from the TV show?
You would
TV show.
have known what Pikachu sounded like from the TV show, because the game originally debuted on Game Boy, and every
Yeah, it made it a little
Pokemon,
weird.
they just made the little noises.
They were different, but it was along the same.
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
a similar effect, but it
Yeah.
didn't say Pika. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it wasn't no Pika. Like,
Now we get different sounds for them.
oh, B, you funny. The chicken or the egg?
Although still not that different.
Fortunately, this is not a chicken or egg question. And can we apply that to sports? That's actually a good question. So, like, when we apply like being a professional or being a competitor to things like gaming, could the same thing be said about sports? Like, a pro basketball player is probably going to be decent at other sports, but like they're considered a pro basketball player, unless you got somebody like, for the lack of a better example,
Bo
Michael
Jackson?
Jordan. I was going to say Bo Jackson, but Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan, like these men played multiple sports,
Oh yeah, Deion Sanders did.
and
play
Deion
baseball.
Sanders didn't even practice.
Yeah, Deion Sanders did play baseball, right? Or am I not?
Yeah.
Is my mind like?
Yeah, he was like
Okay.
he was like Bo Jackson, played football and baseball.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Michael
Bo knows
Jordan,
sports.
football, basketball, baseball, golf.
Oh shit, he did do baseball. I forgot about that.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
Except Space Jam, because they had to have him.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a golfer, does that consider you a pro athlete?
Yes.
Like, is Tiger Woods a pro athlete?
Yes.
What do we?
Yes.
What's the stipulation for athlete? Like yeah. Well, I'm saying you asked. Are we having different stipulations for athletes now?
No, just
Yeah, exactly.
like the question basically moves down to, what are we classifying different things, as, and how do we classify things if we have to put a label on things? Because I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, I don't like putting labels on things per se. Like, I know that we all have interests. I know that if I was into boxing, I 100% would not be like these stupid MMA people. They're not fighters. Like they're not boxers. Like boxing can be a part of mixed martial arts. I mean, it is what it is. Like
Well, that's all
completely
considered
understand.
combat sports.
True, but it's still sports.
Yeah.
It's still sports. Like just because golf doesn't have you running and I'm not gonna say showing high or great displays of athleticism, but honestly, you are showing great displays of athleticism because the strain that golf could put on your body is real. The torque
Golf
that's
is very
required.
complex.
Hmm?
Golf is very complex with the upper body movements and
You ever been to Top Golf?
positioning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's been a long time though, but
Sorry, but like quick segue. Did y'all see that Top Golf now has like a Sonic the Hedgehog like little?
Yeah, I
I
played
want
it.
to play that so
I played it.
badly.
I played
man.
Angry Birds. I played Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, bro,
Do we
it's
have one of
fun.
those?
There's like 2 Top Golfs within like 25 minutes of us.
I want to do Top Golf. one day.
It's a
Do
lot.
you know? Have you? All right, you've been to Top Golf, so you know about how it feels to swing a golf club. Have you ever? A little bit of an embarrassing moment, but have you ever swung a golf club and it kind of full smashed the ground before it actually connects with the?
Yeah.
Yep.
The eyes closed definitely tells me that you've experienced that. Like,
Could be
full
worse.
smash the ground, and as you're in mid torque, all of that torque gets put right into the ground instead of the ball. And so, like the next day, you just feel like you bent something wrong in your back.
You
It could be
out of me
worse.
after that.
That's bad. But it could be worse though. You could swing and let the golf club go. That happened at a birthday party I went to as a kid, where one of the kids
I've seen that happen.
swung,
I've seen that
and the
happen
shit
a lot
just
of Top
flew
Golf.
out their
where,
hand.
Like people get a little too excited, don't
Let
know
it go.
how to grip the club, and then just like whoop, and then goes right on. Luckily, nobody got hurt, but
Yeah.
still, it's just like oh, it's like
Like,
you are. Everyone in all the pods is like oh.
I'm gonna be completely honest. You know, the one thing that kind of disappoints me about Top Golf, they don't want you to hit the cart.
Mm.
I mean, that should be bonus points. I feel like there should be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The
Put
balls
a target on the side of that thing,
all
and
the
when it
balls
comes
have-
out, give
'cause all the
people
balls have
points
a
for it.
sensor in All the balls have sensor in it, so if you hit somebody in the cart, they're shielded, they're fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me 50 points for hitting the golf cart. Fine.
And give the person driving the cart a little bit of extra money. They're not gonna mind it too much.
Golf is an expensive sport too. Like have you seen how much like top of the line like golf clubs cost?
Thousand.
I remember my mom was in the golf and saw what she was spending back in like late 90s and 2000s, and they were expensive back then. I can't even imagine what they are now.
You want this carbon like shaft?
There'll be carbon
Super
steel,
putter
carbon fiber cords
9000.
that are like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
it's wild. That's definitely never a hobby I want to get into just because the
not gonna lie, I
the cost of entry.
I kind of do though. If
Kinda
the
do
cost
what?
of entry wasn't expensive, I don't. It feels golf kind of feels relaxing in a way.
That's
you can always
great.
rent the club. You ain't
That's
gotta
great.
like.
Have you
go
heard
out-
of
you
mini
ain't gotta
golf?
buy, like-
Mini golf's great.
No, mini golf is the shit.
Now you said
you can-
renting.
you can
club,
rent club.
like
Yeah,
it feels. All right. So let me be clear, and this is where we start going into that really weird area. If you go to a fighting game,
Remember, you still a
tournament, do you-
photographer, so don't be calling the kettle black. But go ahead.
huh?
I said,
I'm-
remember, you still a photographer and a videographer, so don't be calling the kettle black.
All I said was we going
So
into a
we
weird
spend-
gray area.
We
I'm
spend all
gonna be
our-
honest. I ain't use no rental lenses.
Yeah, but you've bought, but depending on renting a lens and buying a lens,
That's
they
true.
I mean, I would
vary.
1000% rather rent. But what I'm saying is, even if I rent or borrow a lens, I need a day or so at least to adjust and know how to operate my camera while renting that. Whereas, like, if you go to a fighting game tournament, right, you bring your own fight stick or your own controller or whatever it is that you normally play on. You bring it with you.
baby.
If you go to a trading card game tournament, you bring your own deck. Like, you don't borrow somebody else's deck and expect to just be proficient. Like it
No,
could
it's
be
like-
built.
I can still hear you.
So like, I really feel like renting clubs is kind of just like, it's kind of
Okay,
like that.
so-
Not bringing your own thing that you've practiced and that you've used, you know, to get to the point where you
I
are
hear
comfortable.
you, but rebuttal to that, bowling. Do you bring your own bowling ball
Yes.
and shoes?
No. But most professionals will bring their own ball
That
and
is very
shoes
true because my mom
because the
used to-
shoes,
used to
the
bowl.
rental shoes, the grip ain't the same.
Yeah, no,
and
I
also if I bowled like if I bowled like that, I'm having my own shoes. Those shoes are disgusting. Like
yeah,
Exactly.
you're
like,
not wrong.
nah, I would need my own shoes.
My
for that.
mom did have her own shoes and she did have her own bowling ball.
Yeah, you don't just like. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Imagine
She was actually in the league, so
imagine what you're putting your fingers into, putting using the rental balls. Then on top of that, a bowling ball, right? So on the outside it looks like a ball.
yeah.
But remember, I'm left-handed.
What would
So-
you put your in? Wait. You put your finger in the ball. What would you be putting your fingers in?
What you mean?
The hole, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what's this like?
They don't really clean the bowling ball holes like that.
They don't
Yeah.
clean the inside
They
of the
don't clean
hole.
the
You got,
inside.
you got 1,000 of people a month going in, and
Oh,
they
y'all
really
don't take like a napkin or something? Oh,
Even if
Oh,
you
no,
take
I
a
don't
napkin,
think
how
of
are you
doing that, though.
sanitizing inside of the holes of that ball?
You are not.
I don't stick my hand. You know what? Keep going.
No, you can get a little
Wait,
napkin,
look,
but
wait,
that's
hold
not,
on.
that's not going to do a lot of damage
I mean,
to the bacteria and germs on that bowling ball.
So you don't. What are you not putting your fingers in the holes of the bowling ball?
No, I'm putting them in there, but I'm not putting them all the way in. I might put them all the way
Oh.
to like my.
I'm about to say,
You
right
put
here,
it to
right
the
here.
bend of
the
your
bowling
finger,
ball, you
yes,
just
but that's what you're.
palming this
But
shit?
that's what everybody else is doing.
But I'm also like, okay.
If
you're right.
30 million
Yeah.
people picked up that ball and 20 million of them went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands, then what?
Oh, god damn it! Oh,
Use
I wish you
hand
didn't tell me that.
sanitizer every time you take your hands out of. That's like, I'm a germaphobe. Oh my god,
Oh.
I'm just
every
saying,
time
How
I,
much does a bowling ball cost?
people like. I bet none of y'all will go bowling no more.
Yeah, you just ruined it for me. Thanks. You literally just ruined that for me.
My bad. My bad.
That
But
wasn't
yeah.
even a factor I was thinking of until you said it.
My bad. Yeah, what I was
That bowling
actually
balls are
getting at.
disgusting. You never thought of this before?
No, the whole people not washing their hands if they go to the bathroom, but putting their
You've been in public bathrooms, right?
yeah.
I'm sorry, but they ain't 100%.
How about the people that just put their hands under the water and then turn the water off, go like this, and walk out?
I'm sorry. I wish the population had 100% hand washing rate, but they don't.
So
It's
Cold
fucking
water
gross.
at that?
Yeah, like you can at least use hot. Like people are gross. It's like,
yeah, at least that.
Like, let the water warm up, bro. Like, I hate it when I go to the bathroom in public and the water stays cold. Like, y'all couldn't afford hot water in this place?
Well, let's not forget the whole washing legs debacle that happened. That discourse,
well, that's what white people think apparently.
Nah, that's
So,
good.
right?
going by the
Ladies and
media.
gentlemen,
Wash
if you
my
are
legs.
of the
I wanted to
Caucasian,
down. I was like, what?
the Caucasian persuasion, we do not mean to offend, but we did
I'm
hear
halfway there.
it was
If you hail from the mountains of Caucasus, we hear maybe the legs ain't getting washed that much.
Listen, I like to assume that our white viewers that we have actually do wash their legs.
And when we say wash your legs, okay, this
So-
is let's define washing of the legs because
Don't let the
apparently
soap
they
wash
feel
off.
differently about
Go
washing
down.
of the legs. Well, some people feel differently about washing of the legs. And this is a little bit of a sidebar conversation, but I've actually heard people who have said that they will wash their hair in the shower and then allow the soap to run down their body and to wash the rest of their body with that soap. When we
With
say
all the,
washing,
with all the grease and other stuff in there, oh my god, like mixed in with the soap. Oh my
So
god. People
the
are just
dead skin, the grease, and the dirt that's on your scalp that's now mixed into the soap, you just let that run down your legs as opposed to freshly lathering up to specifically wash your legs.
I mean, some people just
No
put soap on their
human
body. They take a bar of soap and they just
But
I
your
was-
shampoo isn't formulated the same way your body soap is.
Well, they use. I mean, you could use an
Don't tell me it's
all-in-one.
one.
They have shampoo, body wash stuff.
I
I don't
it's
know.
like,
This
yeah,
is not something I do. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, shampoo is shampoo. I gotta wash my hair,
we wash our
and
legs.
then
here.
I have to go and use a whole different soap to wash the rest of my
That's
body.
what I'm saying. I don't
And I
trust
have
that,
to wash my body in
3-in-1
sections because
shit.
I ain't small.
I'm
Like,
sorry. I don't
read the
trust that.
directions on the back of the bottle, and if it tells me hair, I wash it with hair. If it say body, I go.
I don't trust.
Like-
I do not trust that 3-in-1 stuff. That 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo,
You don't like
conditioner.
the you don't
I
like the
don't-
body wash, shampoo, conditioner, battery cleaner, car wash,
No, no.
Combo.
combo that Axe be giving you and Head and Shoulders be giving you these days.
I was just like, what? Because think about
Sorry, not Head
this.
and Shoulders, the Old Spice. The Old Spice got like the 6-in-1 or whatever. Like,
Bro.
it's like
Hey,
six.
yo.
Where'd you get
Is it
six
just
from?
me or do they just make whatever for men?
They
They
do.
really do. Oh my god! Don't even get me
They
started
act
on
like we don't like to be clean. First of all, you know what I'm saying? Men, and this is another thing, and we are more than
Also,
You're
I'm
more
tired
than
of
10
everything being
minutes into the show.
sandalwood or like torchwood or like
Yes.
beechwood. Like,
Maybe
Like,
I like cucumber melon.
it's cool
maybe
to
I
Maybe
like
smell like something that
blueberry
smells good.
splash.
like maybe I want to
Maybe.
be like blackberry lime. I want those scents. Like, why not? Like,
Lime is a great scent. I ain't gonna
And
lie.
on top of that, men, in
I
case
want
you
something more
were
than
wondering,
clean water.
it is okay to wash in between your cheeks.
Yeah, that ass. You
People prefer it.
That's
Fucking-
wild.
It's not gay.
That's
Oh,
wild that there are
there's
some
no
of y'all
pause
out there.
needed. There's no pause needed. Wash your ass.
That's wild that there's some of y'all out there. Not our fan base, not our audience, but the people who are probably gonna be watching
no.
this on
No.
social media. Some of y'all,
Let me backpedal that a little bit because
some of y'all.
our audience is gamers, and gamers
I ain't
get.
saying our audience.
I'm just saying,
Like,
you
our
know,
fan-
but
our
I'm just
subs
saying, like our
and all that.
audience is gamers,
Yeah.
and so gamers get a bad rap for not smelling the greatest, especially when it comes to competitive spaces. So this is a message that directly correlates to what we're talking about. When you clean, please make sure that you get in between all the cracks and crevices, and please use soap. Please use the appropriate soap that you know, like
Wash
and
your
deodorant
ass.
helps too.
Like, you can't tell me after you done took a dump, especially like one of them really bad ones, that you don't feel the need to wash your ass.
Everybody should have a bidet. I'm just saying.
That is very true. Yeah.
Wet wipes, something.
Although
something.
wipes are not
Weird people there
flushable.
is like, I just bidet. I don't wipe. It's like, no, you
Something.
still wipe after
I'm
the
just saying,
bidet.
something.
You gotta clean your cheeks. I mean, you gotta dry your cheeks off. Like, you not drying your cheeks. You just walking out wet ass.
Apparently so. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there are it's gotten so bad. Even when I go play cards, like on every
Oh,
table, they
no.
have it taped down, and they have like a rule thing. Like, you can't don't be over here trying to solicit all of your stuff, because this is still a business. They're there to sell cards as well as host tournaments. But like, you can trade, you can, you know what I'm saying, but sell fairly. Like, some people will come in there and try to vend out of the store. Also, it says hygiene is a must. Hygiene is literally imprinted in the tournament rule manual for almost every game that I've played.
Hey, remember when we went to that card shop that was right by Digital Press? It was me, you, Jeannie, and Time, like years ago. And we went inside that card shop and they were having a tournament.
like if you like, that was the closest I think you could actually get to like seeing smell.
Yeah,
Like feeling
it was
bad.
bad.
Like if you could actually see odor, I think that shop had
Like the
just
stink
haze.
lines.
Yeah, like in the cartoons and the animated stuff, or like we're looking like what's his name from Charlie Brown, Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pigpen.
It was like that.
I mean, let me be real. I've been to dojo before. It's not the same, but it's not too much different. The difference is that they're actually being active.
I'm about to say,
And
yeah.
a dojo can be, feet and sweat. But like,
They're fighting. That's
Right.
understandable.
you know
I
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
But like a card shop,
They're playing cards.
don't sit there, play cards in a hoodie, knowing that the shop don't got no
Don't
air
sleep.
conditioning, and like you just sitting there smelling like
Marinating.
sweat and ass.
marinating in your own funk.
And if you know that it's going to be warm, and sweat and ass is actually the minimal. Like
Swass.
if you smell like sweat, ass, and pits, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Just because you have a hoodie on doesn't mean that we can't smell it. So, just be kind to the people around you. And even if I'm not saying that you should go against your own cultures, but even if you don't, like, for instance, if your culture doesn't believe in using deodorants or something like that, wash before you go. If you know you're going to be around people, just give a fresh wash, give a fresh little sprucing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you would do to be
Use
fresh
lemon.
and to be clean, do that prior to going, because as you know, the more people that gather somewhere, the more likely you are to run into heat and and create your own body smells in addition to whatever other smells are present. So
Apparently, though, you can use lemon to like.
yes,
As
some
a
people use
deodorant.
vinegar.
Or that too, because vinegar kills the bacteria that's in your armpits, which is what causes the stench.
Correct. So, these are just some options. If anybody was ever looking to, participate and wondering, well, what can I do? Because no matter what I do, it always happens. And we do know that some people can't smell themselves. But in order to prevent offending others, even if you can't smell yourself, it doesn't mean that no one else can smell you. So
Can't all, yeah, but can't all y'all be having a cultural thing when it comes to that? I know damn well not all y'all. It's a cultural thing.
again, just kind of, trying to look out for people, like, just in case you are from a culture where, they don't believe in deodorants and things like that, or, they don't necessarily use non-natural soaps or something. You know what I mean? So
Lemon is natural, isn't it?
Lemon's natural.
natural would be considered anything that grows within the wild, or anything that grows within nature.
Mint. Oh, I don't actually know. Would mint be irritant to
The
you?
mint leaf, yeah, that's natural.
With I'm
It
saying
grows
like with the oils
from
be
the ground up.
irritating to your skin though is what I mean.
I could see that with mint. Like it's like it needs to be like cut or something.
Yeah. I think just putting straight up raw mint oil, essential oils on your pits might be like sting the hell out of them.
But I mean, will it sting everybody's eyes though? See, them
That's true.
sacrifices you might need to make to go. Like,
I mean, it's like with essential
oil.
oils. Essential oils, you're not supposed to directly put that in contact with your skin because it's so concentrated.
Mint, lavender, lemongrass, etc. And oftentimes, mint, lavender, lemongrass, and things of that nature are actually used as ingredients within your soaps. And there are some all natural or fully organic things to use. And mind you, again,
Shout out to
why are
Navy.
we talking about soaps and hygiene on a gaming show? Because it directly relates. Again, a lot of us, I'm sure myself, I'm sure Ryjan, Hustle, you've been in like major competitions,
Not major,
like fighting game, or like,
Eight on the break does
I know
count.
Ryjan was a Smash competitor. You know what I'm saying?
Eight on the
Like,
break does count. So
there you go. Like, Loon, have you ever been in like any kind of major competition?
No, I've been to what con was that in New York? Y'all had me go to?
that's
It was
Comic-Con.
Anime
yeah.
NYC.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no, it was Anime NYC. What that was?
Oh, that's
Before
a
we
whole
get-
that's a
before
whole
me-
other, that's a whole other
That's
level.
bro. That was raw.
He said
That
that
was
was
raw.
raw.
Mind you,
Yeah.
that was
Before
Anime
me and,
NYC, and that was
Killer-
right around COVID time, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
It was right
yeah.
before COVID, or it was right before
Right
COVID.
before COVID,
when Grassroots live podcast happened in November, and Anime NYC was like that same weekend. So
Mhm.
when Loon came up here, we all went to Anime NYC like the day after the Grassroots live show, and yeah, that
We
was
got lost to Japan.
and y'all didn't have to like reserve the tickets. They just walked in and bought them.
yeah. We walked in and
Did
bought
we?
tickets.
Did we? Walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walked in and bought them.
Yeah.
Because
I
usually
went
shit
to
like that, if you don't
Japan.
get that
It
shit
was lit.
pre-ordered.
Loon is not gonna remember none of that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that was a lost weekend.
No. No,
Because
okay.
normally
bro.
that convention is so big that you got to get them tickets. Like
It was in the Javits, and I'm gonna be honest. It was right before. Like I said, it was right before COVID. But it was in the Javits, and it was in November. So you talking a month after Comic-Con?
Yeah.
So it really wasn't as big as what you know Comic-Con to be.
And they no longer smash those two things together anymore.
Right. So now, as of this year, Anime NYC was moved to August.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yep. Comic-Con stays in October, but Anime NYC was moved to August. So this way, I think that they were trying to move away from that Comic-Con weekend, like we're not seeing enough people type of deal. So I mean, it sounds like a smart move to me. I don't really know how it turned out. I didn't go this year.
I remember when Comic-Con was not in October. Like it used to be in spring at one point.
I think New York Comic Con was strictly
I
usually
thought-
in like October.
I thought San Diego
or like
Comic-Con was in,
late September.
It was like
Yeah.
I think it was like our first one that we went to like back in was it 08 or 07?
Oh no, he's right. Yeah, 08 was in April. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they switched to October in 2010, and since then
Yep.
it's been October. I forgot it was that early in the year. Shit. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're going.
because I remember. Yeah, I just remember going in just a light hoodie, like it was nice and like.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that April is close to when the New York International Auto Show starts happening too.
That makes sense.
And because that's always around Easter. So
I've
March
been wanting to go to that too.
I went one time
Fun
like,
experience,
years
man.
ago.
All right. What's up, Goji? Welcome. I know we probably started. We already dug into some of the nitty-gritty early, bro. So either way, I'm glad you're here. Like I said, we've missed you.
Make sure you wash your ass.
I'm sure you.
He has
watch
a
it.
child. I'm sure
I
he
know.
does watch that.
You can't. You gotta get caught up in the message we was trying to put out. So I'm just catching them up.
True.
Yeah, so let's move into our first topic for tonight. I don't know if you guys actually play mobile games at all ever. I play mobile games. I play gotcha games. I play, some tower defense games. And recently, I actually picked up Pokemon TCG Pocket. I've been very, very, very adamant about not playing anything dealing with cards outside of the specific card games that I already play. Or if I choose to pick up another one, like they're going to be releasing a Gundam card game early next year. And
What did you say?
Gundam card game.
What?
Yeah, so there will be a Gundam. They're actually releasing a Gundam card game, and I think you should probably look at some of these cards because they look fire. When I go down to Orlando for the national tournament from Bandai, I'm going to be trying to pick up one of the beta kits because I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to get one of the beta kits while we were on an episode one night,
For Gundam?
and it sold out in 4 seconds.
For Gundam?
Yeah. 4 seconds.
Yeah, pre-orders are gone.
Pre-order, bruh. The only way you're getting it right now is
Bro,
either your store got into an event for next year, or you're going to the national tournaments. So I'm gonna try to get as many as I can when I go down to the national tournament, so that maybe some of my friends might be able to get in on this. Otherwise, I do know that the store that I'm going to, the store that I play at, is going to be hosting. So at least they're going to be hosting the beta event. The beta event cards can be used when the full game is released.
You gotta send that shit to Loki. He's gonna lose his mind.
He's not as in the Gundam.
Really?
He's not.
But yeah, but I've recently picked up Pokemon TCG Pocket. I wasn't gonna, but I read some news stories and I was like, let me try this. I'm not spending any money in that game. I don't like spending a whole bunch of money in mobile games since Final Fantasy Brave Exvius did to me what it did to me way back in the day.
Wait. How much did you spend on Final Fantasy Brave Exvius? Let's talk about it.
It sounds like
Don't
it's
say
worse.
you.
Talk about it.
We.
Sounds
Okay,
like worse
you-
than
yeah,
it
we-
sounds like
This
worse.
encompasses
don't
more than
fuck-
just me.
We as being no.
What I'm saying
I
is
stopped playing Street Fighter, but
this
I
includes more than
Really,
just me at
yeah.
this point. Like out of my friend Loon, you know, a few other like let's see. When that Final Fantasy or not when Final Fantasy Brave Exvius did the Kingdom Hearts crossover, and you could get Sora and Riku and all of them, I probably spent maybe 150.
That's
Just-
for one event.
Yeah, that was just
On an event?
Yeah.
I was getting Sora. And then you had to buy it twice. You had to get him once, and then
Bro,
you had to
I
get
ran
him twice to get like two of his keyblades.
You had to get his weapons.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
Ooh-wee.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
No,
since
it
Final
came
Fantasy
out of
Brave
pocket, that
Exvius, I've not been a whale on anything. I'm not gonna say that I've ever spent thousands on a gacha game. I'm not a whale. Like I've never been a
Yeah,
whale.
it's not as bad as y'all friend, a friend of ours who got a second job just to pay for that.
Well, who the fuck?
Demon did.
Bro,
You don't remember that? Demon got a second job to pay specifically for that.
yeah, he did.
Demon he does stuff.
He's a
but
special,
very
he's a
committed
special
to
kind of
doing it.
person.
I said, hey, y'all introduced him to it. I was just like, wow. It's like getting
That
your
made
friend
me
smoke
feel
crack.
not really anything.
It's your fault, bro.
That's a
You
grown man.
introduced him.
Yeah. I don't care.
Hey man, that's a grown man. Let that man do what he wants to do.
See,
He
if
want to get
Demon
another
did things a
job.
little bit differently,
to pay for a
then
game on
and
his
Demon,
phone.
if you're watching, by all means, we cool. But
was
if
like,
you
hey,
did things a
man.
little bit differently, then
Nah,
I probably would feel away.
nah.
But
Tone
you
Loki is
decided that
evil.
you wanted to go get another job, and we told you not to spend the money. We told you don't get too wrapped up. We told you not to fall for the hype. We told you all of the things that you needed to know ahead of time. We
After knowing he's
warned
addicted.
you multiple times not to do what it is that you did. You choosing to go get a second job so that you can make those polls were on you at that point. I'm
Yo,
only gonna
Tone-
tell somebody something once.
Tone is so evil because he tries to get you into some shit, make sure you get addictive, and then he just pulls back out of nowhere. Don't say nothing. Meanwhile, the friend is completely
You out
highly
here just
addicted.
out here
The
just-
dealer-
just
you don't get
trying
high
to
enough.
survive.
Yeah, he's dealing. You don't get high
Wow.
on the supply.
That's very true. Yo, Tone kind of devious. Y'all don't know that. Tone's devious as hell. I'm
Like,
telling
yo,
you.
Like, yo, you really gotta get into this game. Like, all right, cool. Like, I bought the starter pack. I'm caught up to you. What you doing? Like, oh, we on this now. I don't know why you did that.
It's like I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like, but I'm addicted. I keep buying
Hey,
packs
Lou,
every week.
You know they got a Kingdom Hearts
I
crossover.
told you not to do
it.
I did. I had to go through my Pokemon TCG Pocket. I ain't spent a dime.
I've heard that it's good with that. Like, I got a couple buddies at work that like for sure.
I mean, all right, let me be clear. They give you 2 packs a day.
Mm.
But when you first start the game, they give you what they call pack hourglasses.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every time you level up, you get like 4 pack hourglasses, and the hourglasses because the packs refresh on a timer. So you can open up 1 pack every 12 hours. Now, after 12 hours, you can open up another pack. But as you level up, so for your first 4 or 5 levels, they're basically letting you just continually rip packs. Now, the reason that they're allowing you to continually rip packs is so that you can get cards, so that you can build your little Pokemon TCG deck in the game. And it's like two of every card, not two of every card, but 2 cards of what you want to put in there. And then you can play against the little PC, the PC, or you can play against other
Can you
people.
trade cards in that game?
Not yet.
Listen, they
That
give
is
you so
a
much at the
smart
beginning to get
idea.
you
You
hooked.
don't have to print out. You don't have to print out the paper to. You don't have to ship it to a store. That's like printing money. Yeah.
Talk about printing money. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. So Pokemon TCG Pocket actually came out. It's a new mobile game. It came out at the end of October, early November. So I either want to say it was October 28th or November the 2nd, whatever it was.
Somewhere in
It's
that.
not really old. Like it literally just came out. Let's say it was the end of October. So as we all know, Pokemon Go was basically the king of Pokemon games when it came to the mobile games. Obviously, it was probably one of the only Pokemon games besides like Pokemon Unite. So according to App Magic, Pokemon TCG Pocket made $12.1 million in its first 4 days after launch,
You said
averaging
12?
about
Yeah, that
$3
sounds
million
about right.
a day, which is about 3 times as much as Pokemon Go is making right now
Yeah, sounds
in
about
its
right.
first 4 days.
Don't surprise me. It's Pokemon. As we saw, most valuable franchise of all time. Print
Yeah.
money.
I think it's got what in terms of sales and merchandise and all shit. I think it's got Star Wars beat. I think it's got
It has like the next two like franchises almost combined like total revenue. It's
Yeah,
like
Goji.
what's
Add
the
me as a
next two
friend, bro.
franchises
I'm gonna have to
underneath
send
that?
you my friend code. Well, all of the numbers. I'm not gonna type them.
What's the next two franchises underneath that in terms of like most valuable or
most
highest
recent-
earning?
I looked this
I'm
up
not really
before.
sure.
I want to say Star Wars.
It is Pokemon, as of what Wikipedia says, Pokemon 98.8 billion total revenue in the lifetime. Mickey Mouse and Friends is second with 61.2. And then Winnie the Pooh specifically is 48.8. Then Star Wars is fourth with 46.7 billion. Apparently, Winnie
Hold
the Pooh.
on. Hold on.
Apparently, Winnie the Pooh. 100 Acre Wood be making money, man. Apparently.
Hold on. Goji. 10K to bust packs for research?
I wish I had money like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're taking out loans, and I say this with all due respect, if you're taking out loans for mobile games, you're taking out loans for trading cards,
You need
reassess what it is that you're doing.
you need help.
You're literally advancing money that you don't necessarily have. Like I said, I think I've told the story before, but I saw somebody spend new car money.
Goji, seventh place, 34.6 bill. Which is all yes. Chat.
I've seen somebody spend new car money with TikTok rippers for One Piece cards to get a master set. When I say new car money, I mean like 30K.
If they're content creators, though, that's not the same as like
They
the
are not.
average person.
No, they're
because they
buying
already are
them.
making money from other things. Where
Well,
they can
yeah.
afford
All right. So
that.
spending 10K as a content creator, if you're making that 10K and you're doing it live, but 10K
I don't like
is
that, by the way.
excessive. It's excessive.
I
But
don't
when
like that
you
because
know
it
how
promotes
much-
that.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
When you know how many packs you can open for $5 or for $100, going to $10,000 seems extremely excessive.
And it encourages people to want to do the same reckless behavior too. But they don't have the backing that you do, where it's like, oh, it's 10K. If you're a streamer or a content creator and you make like at least over $1 million a year, 10K ain't nothing.
Correct. But if you're not a content creator, if you work a regular job and you're making $40,000 a year, $30,000 a year, 10K is well beyond your limit. And this is why I say, if you're gonna spend on any of your vices, whether it be a game, whether it be smoking, drink, whatever, if you're gonna spend money on your vice, spend within your means. Because if you spend beyond your means, if you spend beyond what it is that you have, set an entertainment budget. The same way that you set a budget for food, the same way you set a budget for clothes, set yourself an entertainment budget and spend within your means.
And also be comfortable with saying I don't need it.
Correct. Or not right now.
I don't know what that
I'll
statement.
do it later.
SpongeBob. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
So, to give you guys a backstory on what Pokemon TCG Pocket is, Pokemon TCG Pocket is actually a free-to-play game where you open some packs and you can do some missions, and that will get you started on your journey. The solo missions will have you assembling a deck, or they'll give you rental decks, or they'll actually give you decks to play, and you'll battle against a CPU opponent, and that'll get you used to the game, as well as providing you a chance to level up and get you some more packs that you can open so that you can put together your own deck instead of using the rental ones. You get a certain number of uses on a rental deck. So say you can use say they give you a Blastoise deck or something that you can use, and you can use that approximately 10 or 20 times. Now, once you've used up that rental deck, by then they figure that you should have the cards or enough cards to at least put together a 20 card deck for yourself. Now, the more packs that you open, the more cards that you're going to get, and obviously the higher your chances you are you're going to have to complete the deck that you were looking to do. They also have online guides as well as meta guides, because this has been released in other countries and I believe Japan as well. So they have actually hosted tournaments on this app. Not necessarily in the US because we just got it as of the end of October, but they've hosted tournaments in other places before. So there's actually kind of an established meta already. Now, the info that I received actually shows that almost half of this game's revenue is actually coming from Japanese players, despite being despite there being 10 times more American players than Japanese players that have actually downloaded the app.
I'm not shocked. I'm definitely
Again,
not shocked.
they have already had
Like,
tournaments, and there's
let's-
already an established meta over in Japan.
I would, because okay, it's obviously different. I'm not gonna say different culturally, but no, I think it is. I think it does come down to culture too, right? I would like to see what are the sales statistics for, like, let's say in comparison to this, because you're saying the Japanese players spent more than the American players. I want to see what are the statistics of, like, let's say the Faker skin.
I'm gonna be
Where
honest
and
with
who
you.
bought it more, American players or Korean players? I'm assuming Korean players probably bought more of the Faker skins than American players did. I could be wrong.
I don't know. It's very possible, but I will say this. I do know that in Japan, the culture, the TCG culture right now is booming. Like, the reason that we see so many new games popping up is because of them.
Yeah.
Because, like, literally, I know multiple people who have gone to Japan within this past year, and they said on almost every corner, you're finding people playing cards.
Yeah, because it's easy to take along. You can just carry a deck with
They
you.
don't do video games like that no more.
Yeah, because
That's their whole like.
where are you gonna
TCGs.
put? Think of it like this: the average, the average apartment in Japan is pretty small. Where are you gonna put like a giant PlayStation? Let's be real. The PlayStation 5 is big.
It's not small.
Where do you have room to put that in a small Japanese apartment? Like, where?
But some people might not want to be stuck in their room all that small.
There's that too.
Room all day.
The social aspect, you know.
Let's not forget too. Japanese cities and towns are more walkable than American towns and cities are. Way more walkable. Way more close together space that, like, in communal spaces that for people to go out into, as opposed to America, where America, if you're in the suburbs, you're kind of like in a way separated from everybody else, in kind of in a way, independent on your car.
Hey, Hustle. Do you hate us?
No,
No. So why are you not on the train?
I didn't realize it until now that y'all been Arcane. Hold on, I got it. Hold on.
Because I'm like,
I started noticing. I was like, I'm noticing a pattern here. Something is going on. I don't know what it is.
Oh, you talking about the Arcane? Also, you should definitely go watch Arcane.
I mean, I haven't
need
watched
to.
season 2 yet. I'm still holding off. That's gonna be a car watch.
I'm just waiting for it to be done.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
still
I'm not
holding off.
watching that
Like,
shit in
I'm gonna
pieces. That
like
is
I'm
not
gonna
finished. I'm
binge
not gonna do that
Arcane so
myself.
hard it's not even funny. Like, I might binge it twice.
I heard nothing but good things.
It's gonna hurt your
Of
heart.
course.
Whew.
I ain't heard nothing about it at all, but I'm probably gonna binge it twice. Like, I want to go in blind and like, but legitimately, it just so happened to be coincidence that, you know, Jinx is here and that's Vi, right?
Yeah.
The best
then-
thing though is that this isn't the end in terms of like shows.
Yeah, they said the showrunner already said, like, this is the end.
Yeah, what up, Blicky?
They said this is the end for the Arcane setting, but they're doing more League shows, like in other parts of Runeterra, which is
Also, it's still gonna be
Which
in the
obviously,
universe?
you know,
Yeah.
because we all know. If any of you have played League, you know that the League lore is crazy. Like, I have League comic books, like the story of Ash, just like you know, and that whole witch thing, the Lucian stories, like there's like everything in League, every character in League has their own realm that they're from and their own backstory, and like it just gets so deep that it's crazy. So yeah, don't spoil nothing about Arcane because a lot of us haven't watched it, but we're definitely showing our support for Arcane. So yeah, fuck Netflix though. Anyway, so back to the Japanese.
Wait, are you saying it because of the Tyson fight?
No.
Oh,
And that was a Dragon Ball Dark.
No, I watch Daimon on Crunchyroll. Just fuck Netflix. They like there's no reason that I should be paying $35 for Netflix. Like it started at $8 and some change.
$35.
I mean, when you get 4K quality on, you know,
are you adding on more household series
off of Netflix? There's nothing on Netflix I want to see in 4K.
Stuff on Netflix I want to see Arcane in 4K.
Well, when the Marvel shows are jumping, I want to watch those in 4K. But I think
but it was just kind of like I don't even know if it's not really $35. It's just the fact that prices just kept increasing and increasing and increasing. And yeah, I understand what it takes to produce content and to keep putting out quality shows and things of that nature. But like then when it comes down to a quality show that we enjoy, like for instance, we all sit here and we enjoy Arcane, and then if they decide all of a sudden, oh, Arcane was a big hit, cancel. That's a thing that Netflix does.
like
Orange is the New Black was a hit.
But that got 5 seasons.
It did, but did it finish?
I couldn't get in that show, so somebody else got to explain.
Sin Creed or Die did not finish.
7 seasons.
A lot of their stuff didn't finish. A lot of their stuff don't finish. Like I'm hoping that Arcane is something that they allow to continue and, you know, kind of just let the writers have their own.
I think that was an old business model that they finally realized that wasn't going to hold. Because they was like, I think they first business model they were canceling all those good shows was like, if it bring in new subscribers, if it bring in new subscribers, we'll keep it. If it drops, like if the ratio of them bringing in new subscriber drops, then they'll be like, oh, this isn't financially stable. But it's like, I forgot what show what other podcast I watched about it, but like he was like, it's a finite amount of people in the world.
Absolutely.
And you're going to hit that plateau sooner or later. Like you can't. I mean,
it's also unreal.
They got better about it.
True.
They didn't though.
But it's also
what they did was they changed their model because remember at one point in time they wanted you to share Netflix with your friends and family, and that was an advertisement. Now they made it so that it's against their terms of service.
Nope.
Because they need more subscribers because they've reached that finite number of people who are going to be able to subscribe. But you also don't take certain things into account, and so like. Now you're alienating people because of your practices. Let
me tell you, the golden age of when they didn't crack down on password sharing and like everybody that's the sense of community. Everybody's like, yo, I got Netflix. What you got? I got Hulu. I got Crunchyroll. Here's my password. Here's my password. All right, cool. Beautiful.
But what they getting paid? I mean, like I get it. I
don't give a damn.
But at the same time, like more people, like what you're doing is, I mean, granted, you're not alienating your customer base because if we're all in the same family, just because we don't live in the same house, like you know what I'm saying. If I want, if me and my mother are watching Netflix, like you know what I'm saying, it's just me and my mother, but she's in a different house, like. You gonna tell me that I gotta go make her spend however much to get like that's crazy. Like
I mean, cable did the same thing
like Netflix
because you had like HBO at your house and your mom had HBO at her house. You couldn't really watch HBO at your house for free.
But the difference is that now the internet exists.
I get that, but still at the same fact.
We also gotta pay for internet.
Well, technically now you can share cable too if you have.
You can.
Wait, what? You can share cable.
You say you can share internet?
No, like your cable box, like
your
cable box TV, like your TV service.
Oh well.
If you have access to what's it called? Not Plex.
No.
Is it
We're,
illegal?
we're going down a questionable line of
Yeah, I don't
thank you.
know
Is
if
it
that's.
illegal?
I don't know if that's
sharing
what we
information.
want.
Hypothetically speaking,
No,
There.
it's not legal. But you can keep talking, incriminate yourself. Go ahead, continue.
you can share certain. Well, I forgot what it's called, where you can watch TV on the internet.
You can log into your account when you're out of town, and you can stream it that way. But you have to have a set login account.
Like I have Verizon, so if I log into Verizon and I can go on there and stream my TV services through the internet.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, it's a loophole. But, you know.
Huh?
I mean, hey,
No,
it's a loophole. But I mean,
it's just a feature they have on there now.
Yeah, it's literally like you log into Verizon or whatever, or you log into CBS or whatever. You use your Verizon login. They verify that you actually have the show within your account, and then that's how you're able to watch TV. They let you watch it over the internet. That's how I watch football sometimes. Like if I want to watch football on my computer and play a game on my TV, then I'll turn football I'll like go on the actual website, use my Verizon login and watch football, and then I'll just have something on my TV.
All we know is ain't nobody sharing Tubi accounts though. That's definitely
because it's free.
Because Tubi's free.
Ain't nothing to share.
I don't even want to watch it for free.
I don't even think you need a login for Tubi. I think you can just go on the app and don't even log in.
I don't even want to watch it for free, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
So back to the looping back to like Pokemon TCG Pocket or whatever. So at this point, since Pokemon TCG Pocket, even though Pokemon TCG Pocket made more money than Pokemon Go at first, like within the first week, Pokemon Go is still by far a larger player base, a larger app base, because it's had more than 30 million people worldwide download the game. We're only talking about Pokemon TCG Pocket making $12 million. We don't know their download numbers. And we don't know their worldwide numbers. But have any of you guys played Pokemon TCG Pocket at all?
A little bit.
Nope.
I need to get back into it, but yeah, I played for a little bit.
Do we think that's something that do we think it's something that's going to stick around a while?
Yeah.
Like, is there like what are the variances or what are the requirements for Pokemon TCG Pocket to actually stay and be relevant for some time, the same way that Pokemon Go has?
Just
Keep
keep
adding
releasing new
PvP
cards.
and you can trade them trade them cards.
They're going to be putting trading in an update coming soon.
It's got to keep adding new cards and not make it imbalanced. That's really like how every TCG stays alive.
Honestly.
Balance is crazy because balance is a thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and y'all gonna judge me for this. I play Mewtwo.
Oh, my buddy at work was showing me that combo everyone's been doing Mewtwo, and I'm like,
Mewtwo Gardevoir.
Mm-hmm.
Have Gardevoir on the back line, and she gives you Mewtwo, or she gives your active Pokemon free energy every turn. Plus, you can put another energy on your active Pokemon every turn. And so every time that Mewtwo uses his 150 damage move, he burns 2 energy, but you're just putting the 2 energy back on every turn.
Oh my god!
He pretty much one-shots everything in the game. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's getting nerfed.
It's all.
I doubt it.
That's no.
I
Come
doubt
on. You don't think they're not going to change? You don't think they're going to change it?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but like it reflects the card. You know what I'm saying? It's just that Gardevoir has an active skill where she gives 1 energy to your active Pokemon, and you don't have to have any energy on her or anything like that. I'm gonna be honest though, Pikachu kind of smoked Mewtwo. The Pikachu deck is so fast, like because Mewtwo is a deck that requires setup, right? So even if you put a Mewtwo EX, right? If you KO my Mewtwo EX, then you get 2 points just for KOing my EX Pokemon, right?
I went with Charizard.
Anything EX, you get 2 points for KOing an EX Pokemon, right? So, but Mewtwo EX, because the regular move requires 2 energy, but it only does 50 damage. The high power move, the one-shot move, it can pretty much one-shot almost everything in the game. It requires 4 energy, but then it gets rid of 2. So like every time you use it, you have to discard 2 energy off the Pokemon. So if you only had 4 energy on it, it's gonna bring you back down to 2. And now you have to take a whole nother turn and a half before you 2 turns before you can use that move again. Gardevoir helps circumvent that, but in order for you to get Gardevoir going, first of all, not only do you have to find your Ralts, you have to find your Kirlia and your Gardevoir, and then you have to take 3 turns to evolve it. Because you can only evolve once per turn. And you can't evolve the same turn that you play the Pokemon out. So Mewtwo is a little bit of a slower deck, whereas Pikachu, its move requires less energy, it hits faster, and it doesn't hit as hard, but it can smoke a deck quick. And let's not even get into Lapras EX and Starmie. Starmie is a crazy, like basically the top of the meta. It can get a little crazy. There are some faster decks, so I don't really think that Mewtwo is going to be completely nerfed. Even though some of my friends have when they found out that I played Mewtwo, they were like, "I'm banning you," and so I just
yeah, like y'all remember when what was it, that blockchain rage when they had NFTs, right?
Oh God,
why wouldn't I know, right? But like for a card game, I can see like why
that would be like NFTs
thing. Yeah. Why with the rarities and uncommons and like it's
as much as I hate NFTs, I agree with that. That's like
it fits in that
time
mode.
for that.
Because it'll be more it'd be more lucrative for a trading card game to deal in that, which I hate.
Yeah, dog spoiled, bro.
Got labeled with scams, but
I said your dog spoiled.
As bro, listen, I don't know if anybody saw him, but he was over here like hitting my arm to pick. Yeah, this
pick me up, boss.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Like I'm kind of shocked no one has thought of doing that, of basically making trading cards NFTs.
They have. It didn't work well.
Who did it?
I mean, there's a trading card game right now where every card has a QR code at the bottom of it, because what they wanted to do was they wanted to, like, if you bought cards, it's called Altered. It actually came out in August. I was gonna join the Kickstarter. This is before I was like, well, this would be something to play outside of, and I was just like, you know what? No, I don't care. But it doesn't play like a normal TCG. It kind of plays like a race. So you have like there's a board in the middle, and you have pieces that you move, and you use your cards as a back and forth type of thing in order to move your pieces. And the first player to have both of their pieces meet in the middle is the winner. But when you have cards, every card has a NFT code at the bottom corner of it, and so basically all your physical cards are going to be uploaded into a digital database. So
see, that's
redundant.
Why would I have a physical? Yeah, why would I have a physical card when I could just like that's what because
you can't like you're not playing the game digitally. You're buying the cards physically. The reason that you're uploading your cards into a online database is because we all know that cards get lost, cards get stolen, things like that, and they have what they call print on demand. So if you ever mess up your cards, or say you decided that you wanted to trade away the cards that you have, so you can sell your cards, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be transferring over that ownership digitally. So that instead of you having to mail your cards, they'll have the copy of the card digitally. If they want it printed, they can just order them from the print on demand.
Okay, so you can have the card that's rare. You can have the card that's rare reprinted. So you can have the card as long as you show that you own it reprinted. That's
yes, as many times as you want. Rare. Yep.
How does it not crash the market?
Because you have to own the card digitally in order for you to in order for it to count. Like you can have the say if I actually bought cards, right, and I sold them all to you, but I still had the physical cards. If I wanted to join a tournament, they're gonna be like, well, can we see that you own these cards? And I'm like, I don't have it. You can't play.
Yeah, just like you have, it's just like a certificate of
Yeah, but
authenticity.
but here's the thing. But here's what I'm saying. So like, let's say, I don't know. Let's say, for example, the One Ring card from Magic the Gathering, right? So if in what you're saying with this system they have set up, if I digitally own that One Ring card, I could just have that reprinted over and over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's to stop me from abusing the market?
There wouldn't
Can't
be a
you
market.
wouldn't
because
do
in
it.
order for you to sell it,
yeah,
you have
there
to sell it
wouldn't be a market.
digitally. You have to own it digitally. What they were
You have to
trying,
have
what they were
that
trying to do was they were
authenticity
trying to
part.
circumvent scalping.
Hmm.
Yeah, ideally, like in that scenario, there wouldn't be a market to exploit because if they
Their
set up
market would be through the
True.
market was actually going to be hosted through them. So instead of you going on TCG Player and buying cards at unfair prices, you're basically and they have things called unique cards where there's only one of that card ever in production. So it'll be a variation of a card that's already existing in the game, but it'll have something about it that's unique only to that card.
So I was wondering, how are you going to make profit in this? If you were to sell cards, if you can just
Oh no,
basically-
that's just a supply and demand thing. If I had
Yeah,
a
that's just for
card
the secondary
that's
market.
very,
They actually sell cards, in booster boxes and stuff, but secondary sales are going to be through the digital market. Of course, some people are selling their cards. Oh, never scanned, never blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are
Oh,
selling their
okay.
cards, but,
which
All
would
right.
be
So all right.
unique
Now I'm
like a
seeing.
motherf- like,
Okay,
you
if
know.
it's never scanned, then okay, yeah, I get it.
right. Like they don't require you to scan it right away. You would have to scan it if you were going to take it to like an official tournament or something. But
That's where the rarity comes in of like this was never scanned. Okay.
correct.
I get it now. Now it's starting to make sense.
And even if it's a unique
like-
card, because only one of them exists in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like if I sold it to you and I still had the card, and then you printed out, you had yours printed and sent to you or whatever. Like the card that I have is worthless. It means nothing. You have the one with all the value.
I think Pokemon would become something ungodly if they did that though.
Oh God.
That
The
would
thing
be
is that not
ungodly.
everybody likes
people
to
will
have
be
a code. Not everybody likes to have a QR code in the bottom of their cards. It takes away from the aesthetic of the card.
I hear you. But if just to bring in like not like hardcore people, but to kind of merge the real and the virtual card game crowd, like, and just let them have that might be, because again it takes away scalping. It puts the whole card game on your phone where you can buy and get, if it's print on demand, you can get this print them and sent to you.
Print me 20 cards, 30 cards, 50 cards for $20.
And you don't
Print out my
have to
card and
carry
send it to me.
those cards around to tournaments and stuff. You can have
You
it
don't have to
digitally
trust
play out.
anybody to do PayPal
Funny
goods and
enough.
services, or if they're not going to send you the
Like,
card and
you
they're going to
can do
scam
a
you.
lot.
Funny
Like,
enough, Blizzard probably could have beat them to the punch with that if they had just found a way to consolidate Hearthstone plus their physical card game that they used to have. Like y'all could have beat them to the punch with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Warhammer will probably be a really good thing because those characters.
I think there
cost,
is a
like,
Warhammer
money,
card
money.
game.
there is.
I'm
Yeah.
You
talking
got a
about
couple of
blockchain
mobile
type-
games
type
too.
stuff.
Yeah, I think there's also a 40K card game.
Yeah, there's a 40K mobile card game, and
Yeah.
there's probably a 40K this physical card game.
yeah.
So now let me ask this. So we all know that Pokemon like TCG is a thing. And I know that some people are getting good money from participating in Pokemon. Like they give out cash prizing. Like I've seen like some of their winners get like 10K, 50K, if they start hosting Pokemon TCG pocket tournaments and stuff like that, like could we see actual tournament winners, and could we see a lot more people participating in stuff
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah,
You can imagine like that in the stadium, not a stadium.
they
but
did
like
that
a,
with
like
Hearthstone.
And
With Hearthstone, did you have to go
Jumbotron?
to like a place, or did you just have to participate in like online? Like
It was on. It was
It was
online.
like at lands, but it was everything was watched over. People logged in their account, they set up tournaments and 1v1
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, so you had to go to like a place where they register you and have somebody. All right, cool.
Yeah, they did that.
Can you
Magnus
imagine like
years ago.
they have something like that for Pokemon? Then they actually like animate or animate like the characters doing they
Do like the
moving
Yu-Gi-Oh
on
style.
the Jumbotron.
Kinda.
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I probably would watch that. Know what I'm saying? Like that could be a like Pokemon.
If they were to do it,
with-
Nintendo ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna be Nintendo doing it.
What do you mean?
I mean, they getting.
I don't
paid
think
for
it's
it.
made by Nintendo. I mean, obviously,
Oh yeah, that ain't
Nintendo oversees.
So I'm
the
saying
company.
officially it wouldn't be by Nintendo because Nintendo hates esports. They hate any sort of like.
Yeah, but remember that there's also going to be esports Olympics this coming year, so that's also a thing too. So
Oh
at
no,
this point-
Nintendo still hates. They still hate it. You see, when
Yeah, I
you get
mean,
Smash
I'm not
games,
disputing that. I'm just saying, like, Nintendo might get back on the wagon if
I would
it's gonna
hope
be,
so.
Olympic,
I mean, were they getting paid from those like directly?
like the Smash
like a
Brothers tournaments and
licensee?
stuff.
They would have. They
Yeah.
chose not to. Because there was the whole thing with Panda, and then that fell apart.
To be honest, didn't that bring more trouble than what it was worth at the time?
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah,
That's a lot. Like
that was a
the
wild.
things that
summer.
happened within that community.
That was a wild summer, bro. My God.
Also,
watched the
y'all had
FGC
some
implode
PR
on itself.
problems. It was a PR problem. Yeah, that's the reason.
You know who was
that's
real
the main
quiet?
reason they probably said.
Eve been real quiet lately. What's going on over there? What you
Oh,
thinking?
oh
'Cause you've
no,
been smiling, but you've been quiet.
oh no, it's like I got nothing to contribute to Pokemon talk for the most part. So that's why I was quiet.
Oh
for
yeah,
a
no.
while.
I was talking
But,
about the Smash Brothers talk that we were just talking about.
Oh,
Like you was over there smiling, but you a little quiet. Like
that's honestly a reason why I don't really go to tournaments anymore, because those people are a lot of degenerates, and there was a lot of, I'm not gonna say defense of a lot of craziness, but there was just a lot of like, I'm just gonna ignore it as if it's not happening, and it's like that's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the reasons I really don't play Smash like that anymore, because like the tournaments are fun, but it's just like that the scene was just like permanently like
tainted.
Yeah.
like stay over there. Like if somebody wants to say like, yo, I'll beat your ass in Smash, I was like, what?
It's
My
It was
controller,
bad.
my controller is always in my car, like dead ass. I'm not lying. So
Like
somebody
even
says-
now?
Huh?
Like even now?
Yeah, it's just in my back seat. It's just like, so somebody says, hey, yo, like you want to play Smash Bros? I was like, what's up? Like we
What do you play on?
Switch.
So you just keep a switch. You just keep a switch with you.
No, just my game.
You got to switch. You got to switch in the whip. I understand.
someone gonna have a Switch. Someone's gonna.
Smooth 17.
I was about to say, if you ain't catch that double entendre, you just keep a switch with you, huh?
Yeah, nah,
Mhm.
I gotta keep that thing on me.
Gotta keep that thing on me. My
thing on me.
backseat the
Back
whole
seat
time,
real
bro.
quick, clear all this.
You don't want this.
Smash
You
Brothers
don't want
talk
this.
out.
Clear that whole bitch out.
I come in here and air that old bitch up with the switch right here in the back seat. All right, so now that we talked about Pokemon TCG and some of the mobile gaming things that we've had going on, mind you, just for people who are into mobile games, in case anybody who is interested. So, like I said, I play mobile games from time to time. So I'm just going to name a couple of games that have recently come out that have hit my radar that I'm enjoying. I don't know if anyone else has anything mobile that they're enjoying, and this is outside of Pokemon TCG Pocket, but the Overlord game is actually really good. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade is quite fun. If you like tower defense, Ash Echoes is another gacha game that is actually quite good. And actually kind of challenging for like an RPG kind of tower defense style of game. So those are just some of the key ones that have come across my screen. And I'm sure like these past couple of months have been like really good for gacha games. But these are the ones that have lasted. Then there's like Girls Frontline, but I don't really care too much about that. Like I'm not like one of those people who play these games to chase waifus and such.
Schooner game.
Bro, there are people I know that like even in cards, like that game Nikkei that came out a few years back, that actually like advertised with like bouncy butts and bouncy boobs. Like they're literally making a card set for Weiss Schwartz based off of Nikkei. It's coming out next year. They're also doing Marvel too. And then Secret Lair just did a Marvel set for Magic the Gathering as well.
Right, which doesn't include Spider-Man.
Sold out within like an hour or two.
And does not include Spider-Man for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Because Sony, bro.
Yeah, Sony owns
Sony.
Wait, no, because Sony does not control merchandising. They have no merchandising
Sony
rights.
owns the rights to Spider-Man.
They own the movie rights to him. They do not own the merchandising rights, and they don't own the comic rights. They don't own the TV rights.
They don't own the comic rights. I think they do have the TV rights.
No.
We're riding that.
I'm telling y'all. So, like, when it comes
But
to,
I know that Sony owns the movie rights, but I
they don't
believe
get
Sony,
shit off
because
of
they
that.
also have the video game rights.
Yeah, they have.
So
video game
they
rights,
might
they
have merchandising rights. It's possible.
Weird how it's
Yeah,
weird
like
how it
it's
works.
really, yeah, it's one
So,
of those
like,
things.
So, like, if there's any Spider-Man comics, action figures, toys, what have you, Sony doesn't get a dime off of that at all.
Okay.
They will never receive money off of that whatsoever. I believe animated series, Marvel owns the rights to it because they're able to put in like they're able to put in like all the Marvel characters when it comes to like a Spider-Man animated series. Live action, if they were to do live action TV shows, I don't know. I know movie rights they own the rights to, but they have to refresh them specifically every certain amount of years, which currently now there's a stipulation that's happening where Sony might actually lose the rights to Spider-Man.
Oh no, Marvel wants that back now.
I want them to
Marvel
get it
wants
back
it
now.
back.
Did y'all not see Venom 3? I was like, get this shit the fuck out of here.
I did not see Venom 3. So yeah, no. But Marvel,
read enough of
Marvel
it.
wanted that back stat.
I want them to get it back because Sony don't know what they're doing. Nobody want to see no Craven movie next month. Nobody wants to see that. Come on, dog.
Yeah, Disney does own merchandising rights, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
a Disney thing.
Yep. I mean, eventually it's gonna
I
get to the point where Sony's gonna realize.
I doubt they'll give up the movie rights though.
No, they just have to lose the movie rights because there's certain stipulations to the Spider-Man movie rights that currently apparently Sony is possibly
Yep.
going to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how would they lose it? This is still Sony.
If I recall correctly, Spider-Man movie rules is they have to make a Spider-Man property movie every 2 years. Or something like
They
that.
do.
That's how we
They've got
get
it
Venom.
scheduled out.
Yeah,
with Craven,
Yeah, but it's like
Oh,
they
Madam Web too.
I remember reading it like years ago. If I remember right, it's like every 2 to 3 years they have to release a Spider-Man property movie or they lose the rights and it goes back to Disney. That's why we keep getting
Trash.
all these shitty movies. Because they're literally just meeting the contract. You got to hit
Bare
the
minimum.
just to pass. That's literally what they do.
And because Into the Spider-Verse actually hit, but they got like a delay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the third one's now indefinitely delayed. So
That's what I'm saying. They got it delayed.
They haven't even started the script for the fourth Spider-Man movie. At
nope.
least that's what Tom Holland said. So they may lose the rights, hopefully.
Good.
No, they're gonna keep it. Craven is what this year. Then next year they're supposed to be putting out a
Ain't nobody watching no
but-
Craven.
I don't give the rules said they have to put out a Spider-Man property movie.
I want them to give up.
Nobody watched what is it? Madam Web.
Madam
Nobody
Web.
watched that.
Madam
They
Web.
still put it out. Yeah. And damn, that wasn't 2 years ago. That was last year, wasn't it?
Madam Web.
Yeah,
That was this
Yeah.
year.
that was this year.
Oh shit.
It's wild to
That
me,
was like
that-
January, February, whatever it was.
and it was terrible.
Mm.
That movie was hot. Garbaggio.
It's wild to me that they would rather lose money on bad movies than to just like, all right, let's just cut our losses, put a big price tag on them Spider-Man rights, and just let Marvel have it.
It's like when you got the kids that don't want to share, so they break all the toys.
That perfectly sums up Sony's strategy when it comes to Spider-Man. perfectly.
Actually, more like child support because it's just like, would you want to keep the kids for 18 years and get paid child support, or would you want to get like give the kids to the other parent and just you know
Yeah.
cut your losses?
And Tom
Nah,
Holland's
I'm
like,
gonna
bro.
call it permanent psychological damage.
Yeah.
Madam Web did cause
Sickness.
permanent psychological damage to me.
Now, I will also say this. I know that we have people here who definitely have been with us for quite a while. Even if you're watching, or even if you don't like normally chat with us, one thing that we would like to hear, whether you leave a comment, whether you send a DM, whether you contact us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, send us a message, send us a comment on YouTube, whatever the case. We want to know what is it that would get you to engage, with our social platforms. We want to cater our content to you guys more. We want to kind of know what you're interested in. So if there's ever anything that we could do in one direction or another, say you want to see certain things on Instagram, or you want to see certain kinds of videos, if you want to see certain game trailers, or if you're interested in seeing more game trailers, or us asking more questions game related, if there are things that you don't understand when it comes to games, like, we'll be more than happy to answer. And of course, you can always join our Discord. We definitely have a start button Discord where we have almost like at least one of our members is almost always available to answer any questions that you may have, or to just chop it up. Like, if you ever want to hang with us, just feel free to join our Discord. I'm sure if Blicky is still in the chat, then he'll post a link to it shortly. But we just want to know, what kind of things would you like to see more from us. And also, since we're here in the middle of everything, I'll also let you guys know that next week we'll be doing a little bit of a special episode. Since the One Piece TCG Nationals are coming up, we kind of want to get you guys prepared. We have a couple of people who have actually placed in like the tops of some national tournaments or some regional tournaments, so that they can go and qualify for nationals. And we'll have them come on, and we'll try to have them, we're gonna have them talk a little bit about their experience in playing the game, and just any TCG questions that may apply to like One Piece, or like what it's like to go through those competitive moments, what they were feeling as they were going through. Like, we've talked about things up to now, but like these will be people who have actually been through the fire and are going to try to go through even more fire so that they can go to Japan for World. So that's going to be a little bit of a special something next week. And anybody who's with our cast that comes in next week, I'm going to give them an opportunity to ask any questions too, and we're going to try to just make everybody feel comfortable. So this is something to look forward to, but we definitely want to know what you guys are interested in, and we can definitely provide you with more content based on that. Remember, you have a voice, so you can definitely influence some of the things that we might go over. Now, also, since we were going to talk about the console generation and how cooked it could be or is not, because Phil Spencer said that the console market isn't growing anymore. Like, there's a finite number of people, as we've just stated earlier. There's a finite number of people in the world, which means, well, not necessarily finite, but because kids are born every day. But at the same time, like, since there's a finite number of people, you have a finite number of people who are going to buy your consoles. Phil Spencer said that the console numbers haven't really risen or declined between generations. Like, the PS5 Pro just came out, and the numbers are actually doing the same thing that the PS4 Pro numbers did. Like, despite the price increase, they're literally following the same trends.
Well, yeah, it's just an upgrade. It's just a slight upgrade. It's not a PlayStation 6.
I think that the
They're
people
always
who are
gonna be
interested in
bad.
that are the ones that are going to buy it, and that's who it's
Yeah.
for. But like, I know we all know that these companies, they want to grow their numbers, they want bigger numbers, they want more sales. More sales equals more money. So it just makes sense. But Phil Spencer said, even though the numbers aren't increasing, they're definitely making more Xbox consoles. On top of that, that just means I was wrong.
Okay.
That's all. They're definitely making
Oh,
more
I was wrong
Xbox.
too. Like I thought. Well, I think they should stop because it's like not like what's the point, but it's like kind of is like that when you make the Xbox platform available on everything else. Like, is there a reason that like obviously there's gonna be people but there's obviously gonna be people in certain areas that you can't get like high speed internet or something like that, so you need a physical console for something like that. But that's
which is weird.
Or make a
because
console that can be
the
upgraded.
internet-
That'd be different.
it's called a PC.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
all right.
if they make a small like it, well, they call it PC, but like an optimized box that you can upgrade with like memory and or never mind, that is PC.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
you're describing a PC.
That is exactly as a PC.
They're also working. They're also working on an Xbox handheld.
that makes way more sense to me.
Yeah.
No, it's
because
still
we-
though, because they can stream it to your. You can still stream it to like what to your
But you're not getting
What,
the
to
best
your
performance
phone?
out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got the right kind of phone, you can.
Here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. Like, okay, I get like streaming is not the
Run
most
that phone high to
optimal
hell.
or the most optimal thing.
It's
right
not
now
the most
because
optimal in the competitive scene.
But here's the thing, though. You still have to download data on a console, on an Xbox. So this whole areas that don't have good internet thing doesn't really hold up all that well when you realize that you're still going to have to download a lot of stuff when it comes to just playing a regular game now. Games don't just
Even
work
just
outside of
updates.
the...
Yeah, it installs on the
What
disc.
about the
you're not gonna
streaming?
get updates.
Yeah, you still have to get updates.
Yeah,
You're
still
not
have
gonna
to do
get. You're not
updates.
gonna get updates. That's what I'm saying. It's like so when you get disc games out, it just installs. It just copies off the disc on the storage. So you're just getting version 1.0 of the game. So you're just never gonna get updates. You can still play the game.
There are still games that require internet connectivity. Oddly, single player games.
Yeah, not
And
that
I
I
think
agree
we
with
even
that.
talked about that before.
I don't agree with that at all. I think that's a
Yeah, I don't like
bad
it.
thing.
But if you stream the game like from what's those platforms like
Like
I guess
Nvidia,
we will be
like the Nvidia one,
yeah.
like
The
Luna, Amazon Luna. Nvidia has like a
Yeah,
streaming,
you don't need to download the whole. You don't need to download the whole game, right? You just need to download.
That's
You just
called-
need to
that's
download
cloud
the streaming.
gaming.
Cloud, yeah.
Yeah, cloud.
So-
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
know they
cloud
are
gaming.
spending a lot of money in the cloud gaming. So like,
Oh, another of Phil Spencer's quotes was that like the console space isn't growing across all the platforms, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. Like they said that, or well, he said that we love those customers, but in terms of continuing to expand and grow Xbox, it's about PC, it's about cloud, it's about making our games available in more places. All is to say that, you know, he said that even though the market isn't growing, they're still going to be making more consoles and other devices, which would imply the handheld that's not going to be out next year. It's going to be a few years out.
I feel like the handheld is the better option.
They want that Steam Deck money.
Yeah.
I
That-
mean,
that-
think about it.
I'm
Like
gonna be
even
real.
third party peripherals and stuff like that, they make money off of that
I'm
stuff.
gonna be real. Xbox handheld might actually help them in Japan. That would actually boost sales dramatically in Japan.
Yeah, because most people are on the. That's why when Monster Hunter was still mainly coming out on portable, when like Freedom, Free Unite, and all those games coming out, people were going crazy for those games on PSP because people in Japan are mostly on the go.
Maybe that's why we're getting a Monster Hunter mobile game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different because it's a survival game, but you know,
I'm gonna try it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
have to
try
get
it
a
too.
backbone if I want to play it though.
I'm gonna try it.
Either that or I'm gonna get an emulator and do it.
Like
that
I've
way.
played the Monster Hunter, you know, Pokemon Go knockoff. It was okay, but I can't get a group of people and go hunt a monster. It's
Yeah.
like there's never anybody that popped up in the app. Like
Think of it like this. Let's say Xbox.
they
puts out
always
a
wanted me to be
handheld.
walking somewhere. Like I can't, you know, just like I can't just freely fight wherever I am. Like that's not a mobile game. That's for
Yeah.
me. Like when I'm on the go, I'm on the go. I can't be playing while I'm doing stuff.
Think of it like this: when Wilds gets released, I expect more ROG Allies, Steam Decks, and other handheld PCs to be sold more in Japan now, because now it's like, okay, all I need now is internet access, and I can play Monster Hunter with all my friends on a handheld PC. I think that's gonna happen. I would like to see the numbers of it when we get closer to release to see if like there's an uptick in handheld PCs being sold
Probably.
in Japan. But
Because it's also crossplay. It's
Yes.
also crossplay.
yes,
So
that too. So you don't even, it doesn't even matter if you were to buy it off of the Xbox Store app, Steam, whatever. You have friends who have it at home on like whatever console. Yeah, I definitely think that's gonna cause that influx to just rise up. Like, and if Microsoft is smart, put an Xbox handheld.
do you think that having a cross-play Monster Hunter is going to actually increase the Monster Hunter sales?
Yes,
Because
Absolutely.
Yes.
if you look at World, right? World sold really well on the consoles that it was available on. Then it sold really well on PC. But think about the number of people for World, for Rise, for the different Monster Hunter games, and think about how many people bought it twice. How many people bought it thrice?
yeah.
But I mean, that's
No, not
that's,
twice.
I bought it twice myself. I got it
DLC
for
Twice
Switch.
for Rise.
and
He hooked me up with
but
World.
you bought
on
it. You
PC.
bought it the second
But I
time,
also
probably
bought
at a discounted price,
World.
right?
Yeah, I got it for a discount, but
I bought Rise
You know what I'm
full
saying?
price.
Like, you didn't buy Rise twice full price for two different consoles.
I did.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You spent $69 two times.
Before it turned into
Technically-
$700. Remember,
wait,
Rise was a Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah, technically, all right. So technically, no, because I bought a Switch that came with Rise.
I bought the Monster Hunter Switch. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, me and
I
Tony
paid the
bought Monster Hunter Switch.
$300 for the Switch that came with Rise.
Yeah,
Well, y'all got problems. We ain't talking about y'all. We talking.
I didn't
about
have a
normal
Switch at the
person.
time. Like, what?
I
What?
did.
You did.
I
But,
sold my Switch and bought a Monster Hunter
I
Rise
never had a
Switch
Switch before.
and
me.
bought the Pro controller.
Don't let me in on this one.
Monster Hunter Living.
Don't let me in on this one. I didn't own the
Then-
Switch prior
We
to
talking
that.
then,
about normal
When it
people.
came out on
Normal
PC
people.
with Sunbreak, I got the bundle.
All right, he wild.
Did you
on
pay
that
full price for it?
Probably.
All right, then hush. This is what I'm saying. So
I
did
said probably.
when you-
I don't remember.
I know how you did it. Anyway, so yeah, normal people are not going to buy one game on a Xbox and then buy the same game for the same price on a PC.
No, yeah, that's true.
Even on the PC, but the PlayStation.
Not
on a
counting
PC.
us.
Normal. people.
Right, not counting us
Um,
because
we ain't no
I
normal
also
ass.
bought Armored
We
Core
really are.
twice.
Yeah, I mean, Armored Core was a different type of game, and they need to be bought twice. But look,
Ain't wrong.
that game need to be bought.
Ain't
on
lying.
PC. That shit is crazy. But yeah, so
Definitely bought Armored Core twice. Uh-huh.
but if you have crossplay, that means that the game will probably live longer. And now they see how World lived, and people still play it to
this
and they
day.
said
Yeah.
they quit giving updates up to it. So now they could probably like keep implementing stuff into the new Monster World, Monster Hunter game and charge for it, because
Well,
some of that stuff we should
Listen, I don't care what they want to charge. I'll pay for it. It's Monster Hunter.
y'all walking into some gray areas. Monster Hunter getting a lot of DLC. And the
Monster
fact that they
Hunter?
only charge for cosmetics, like the hairstyles and all of that stuff so far, and then like they give us actual
they're
expansions.
Oh,
when it comes to, like,
so would you
story
be pissed off if they changed to a live service?
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
basically just end up being Dauntless, and no one
It
wants.
would feel like it would
Dauntless.
spit in our face. They've trained us to.
What if they
to-
did it like Final Fantasy? Like they do it like every
Like
a monthly
months,
fee?
something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but here's the
okay.
thing. They were putting like one quest
Expansions.
at a time every so often.
Oh,
You know what I'm
wait.
saying? Like they
They
would
already
add
did do
quests.
that. Wait,
Huh?
they did do that. Frontier.
Yeah, but we don't got Frontier. Don't count.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were like putting little quests in Monster Hunter or whatever. And then like after they put the little quests in Monster Hunter, like eventually they put out a whole new expansion and they charge money, like they charge almost full game price for an expansion. So I'm cool with how they've been doing it. I'm gonna buy the expansion.
Same.
Yeah.
Who isn't going? Like, come on.
But like, if you decide that you want to charge me a season pass and make me pay for an expansion, I'm gonna probably have to make choices.
Yeah.
If I'm your average gamer, if
Okay,
I'm me,
that-
I'm not making choices.
It's already
I'm not
bought. So,
But still, if I'm your average gamer, like remember that $70 is already it already feels like a big number because it's a larger number than what we were already used to.
That's
So
$10
$70 feels like it feels like a big ask for a game. And even though it's not really a big ask because of how much it costs to make these games nowadays, it feels like a big ask of the gamers, considering that a lot of us are feeling like we're getting less for more money.
Which is
if
weird.
they did it like every 6 months, they come up with like like an expansion every 6 months or every year.
Well, they do
Like, for
usually
the
come
next
out with the
5
expansion
years.
after a year.
Come on.
And then like after the expansion, they usually go into starting to produce or starting to manufacture the next Monster Hunter game. So like that expansion usually has a whole new story tied to it, and then they might have a small team that'll just throw a quest in here or there. But the quest.
But that's what I'm saying. So what if they cut it down to half a year, like 6 months, and they do like DLC for the next 4 years instead of them doing like at the end of the year joint.
I'm gonna be honest.
then
I don't
cut
know if I
into
could
the
do
new
it
game.
for. I don't know if I could do Monster Hunter, one Monster Hunter game for 4 years, bro.
You
I
said
put
every
almost
4
1,000
years?
hours in the world within a year and a half. Like I don't know if I could do a Monster Hunter game for 4 years. Imagine the number of hours that we.
If they kept it up
But
with
if-
like
Yeah, like
adding
you
stuff
gotta.
and if you keep adding locales and new monsters and like new
Yeah.
turf wars,
But that you're creating a
down
big
with it.
expectation, and then on top of that, you're doing that, and you're not adding weapons, you're not changing anything. Like you're just
No, they have to add weapons because
you add new
that's
monsters, new
how
weapons.
you give them new monsters, you get new weapons, you get new armor. That's the
No,
It
no,
already-
no.
it already exists
Those
because
are
that's-
weapon skins. I'm talking about weapon types.
You're literally
Oh.
talking about Frontier. Which I get, we didn't get it, but I'm just saying, like the shit.
Frontier
You're
to
talking
PC.
about,
In China, Frontier don't exist.
You talking about the PC one?
yeah,
Yeah, that
It's
Monster
only
Hunter
in
Frontier
Japan.
game, it's only
I
in,
had it.
yeah,
yeah,
there were ways to get it, but it was kind of a pain in the ass. But
yeah. I ain't gonna.
Pain in the ass ain't the word, because anybody who has had it, and for those of you who downloaded Frontier and actually played it a little bit, I'm sorry, because I know you still got QQ Bang somewhere in your
No,
computer.
that's not Frontier. That's the other one.
I think Monster Hunter Online.
Monster Hunter Online.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the Chinese
right.
one. The Japanese one, I don't know.
Yeah,
how to
Monster
do.
Hunter Frontier is that one that came out just on
What was the
360
QQ Bang?
in PC.
It was damn near a virus.
Chinese spy.
It was Chinese somewhere that dug so far into your system that it was almost impossible to completely get rid of. I literally had registry editors trying to find the remnants of this program. And when I was actually going through actual files in my system files, still found some.
Mm-hmm. It was bad.
So
It
why
was-
did Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse name they QQ Bang? You know, I never noticed. I mean, didn't you just told me that? That's just a weird correlation.
Yeah, but that was yeah, I don't really know why they did that, but like that was a service that they used for their online hosting, and it was like it was like anti-cheat. or
yeah, and
something
it's like,
that.
oh, here's a hardware accelerator and this and that. It's like, bro, what? I don't even know what the
You
fuck.
don't-
And remember, it was all in Chinese, so it was really
Yeah.
hard for us to understand what it
It was
was.
bad.
sometimes when you're trying to get things that ain't meant for us, it can be, there are certain risks that are involved, and that was one of them.
You should
The
have
most
put her in
luck
the
I ever had
virtual
with that.
machine.
The best luck I ever had with doing something like that we technically weren't supposed to get was Ad Hoc Party on the PS3, making a Japanese PSN account so you could play.
Well, even now you can still get a Japanese PSN account and download stuff from their PlayStation store, and it's completely not against their terms of service because the PlayStation was always region free.
Yeah.
Now we figured out with you had to have a certain piece of hardware too to do it. I bought it myself too. That you could actually play your Monster Hunter on PSP online over the internet.
Yeah, it was Ad Hoc.
I had that.
You didn't have to have hardware. You just had to make a Japanese PSN account, download Ad Hoc Party, because it would still download to your North American PS3, and then it effectively worked as a internet hotspot, so you could find parties in Freedom and Freedom Unite online. And just
Portable third. Yep,
yeah.
We did that.
Oh no, mine was a different one.
PSP.
Yeah, you had to have ad hoc something. You basically were connecting at home and then playing online. Yeah, I did that. That was when I was first getting into Monster Hunter, and
it was great.
People around here, I found some friends around here who had it, but PSP was definitely wreckage for the hands because you only had one thumbstick and you trying to play Monster Hunter with one thumbstick. Crazy. So
sad because the Vita was perfect for that.
More power to the older players. Now, speaking of Monster Hunter, speaking of multi-platform, speaking of games, speaking of how we play games, how we buy games, let's talk about the ethics of buying games. We've already discussed how Microsoft has purchased major platforms or major studios such as Activision and things of that nature. We've talked about Sony acquiring We've talked about Sony acquiring new studios as well, and some of the things that they go through to acquire those studios. So there's a rumor, and this is literally only a rumor, but right now there's a rumor going around that Sony is actually attempting to acquire Kodansha. Kodansha is kind of a conglomerate that actually oversees From Software, in addition to a lot of the animation and production studios in Japan. Now, with Sony basically allegedly acquiring Kodansha and some of the other things that they've acquired, they've gotten Bungie, they have Insomniac, things of that nature. With Microsoft having bought, Activision, Blizzard King, and Bethesda and things of that nature. And we also know that there have been rumors spreading around about Ubisoft potentially going up for sale or being up for bidding, or Ubisoft having some trouble and potentially somebody coming in and kind of swooping and scooping up Ubisoft. And I believe that Tencent was one of the rumored companies looking to pick that up. What are the ethics of what it is that we choose to purchase with our games? Where's the line for the consumer? Are there people out there who are going to choose not to buy from these mega corporations who are just scooping up the entire industry? Are there people who are, what I'm saying? What are the ethics behind games? What do companies have to do that would make us decide not to buy from them? You know what I'm saying? How a creator might say something off the wall and will be like, I'm not watching his stuff no more. I'm not consuming their product no more. What does a corporation have to do to make that customer feel like, nah, I can't do this?
It's definitely not going to be what studios they decide to purchase. I can tell you that much, because that is capitalism 101. Of just buy up what you can so you can acquire all that stuff because you have the funds to acquire that stuff, to expand your portfolio and make it bigger so you can make more money.
Yeah, but what about their practices? Only we've talked about layoffs like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Buying a studio just to shut it down.
People don't. You have no idea how much the average consumer does not care about that sort of stuff. They do not. We care about that sort of stuff because we know people that are attached to it and we tend to have more knowledge of the industry itself. But outside of us, the average consumer does not know much about the industry and how it works. They don't. It's like that old adage of you don't want to see how the sausage is made. That's how it is when it comes to games. Games is the same way. You don't want to see how games are made and all the ethics that are behind it and the politics behind it and whatnot and all that sort of stuff. The average consumer.
The difference is that if
not
you saw how the
care.
sausage was made, you'd never eat sausage again.
Exactly. And if you saw
If
all
you
the
saw
stuff
how
that went
games
behind
were
games,
made, you'd feel
probably
bad
wouldn't
about it,
wanna
but you
play
probably
games.
still play. You know, like
but that's the thing. It's like there is no ethical. I hate to repeat this term, but it is true. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. You just kind of have to do what you can when it comes to that. Like, think of it. Think of how many people drink Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is an evil corporation. I'm sorry to tell you. Coca-Cola
ladies and
has a
gentlemen, if
very
you work for
dark
Coca-Cola,
past.
this is his view. This is not the views of the show. This is not something official that we're putting out, whether it be true or not.
It is true. You can go look it up.
Not.
But
I'm not saying anything.
Coca-Cola has done some very unethical things,
That is a fact.
but people still drink it and drink all their products. And if you
But
knew how many products are attached to Coca-Cola, you'd be like, well, shit, I can't really avoid drinking Coca-Cola products.
No.
You really can. I don't
Even
think
your
it's-
water is attached to Coca-Cola.
And even then, let's say you were to boycott Microsoft. Yeah, that is true. Let's say you were to boycott Microsoft. I guarantee you're going to end up using something that Microsoft owns because
Absolutely.
they own everything. It's the same thing with Sony. Like Sony owns a lot too.
You
Like,
use
can't-
any computer device, I can guarantee you got something from Microsoft in your house.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be something as simple as like, let's say, like, I don't know, the screen that your TV is made out of.
The processor in your smart TV.
I don't think you can escape a corporation as big as the corporations that we have now and voting with your morals and ethics on this one.
Like if you decide that you want to boycott Sony, that means that you don't watch TV and you barely
Yeah, good luck
you're
there.
barely using the internet. Because Sony is entertainment's mega corporation.
Yeah, next to
Microsoft is
Disney.
the computer's mega corporation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like next to Intel and AMD, like Microsoft is one of the biggest software producers in the world.
Oh, and if you own a phone, more than likely,
You
Yeah,
got something for
iPhone.
both.
Yeah, Apple or Google.
yeah, that is it. Those are your two options.
And
got
both
none
of
of
those are also mega corporations.
And then your cell phone provider is also a mega corporation too. Even if you have a smaller one, like let's say Visible or Mint Mobile, those are
That's
actually subsidiaries.
Of mega corporations.
You can't escape it. It sucks, but you can't escape it.
And then if you try to make
So-
your own stuff, you get shot.
Yeah, no, that's right. Like this is not.
Okay, not shot, but like you get all the red tape stopping you from trying to do
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Yeah, I found my own fiber internet. All right, cool. We're gonna make sure every local government's gonna stop.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
exactly
So
what it is.
if you said there's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism, right? I'm about to throw a curveball real quick. I'm not gonna drag this on because I know we're pushing time. But like, all right, so say the CEO of Rockstar was caught in a human trafficking conspiracy. Not saying that it's happened, but say this was the headline. Do we stop buying Rockstar games? That means no more GTA.
I mean, what's the headline though?
Yikes! Yikes! What if the CEO of Rockstar was found with dead women in his trunk? Or what if he actually was like in a warehouse where like had a warehouse full of like drugged up kids that were being sold off into trafficking? Like this is crazy. Loon, you are muted.
man.
I don't know what you got going on, Loon, but you are not. We
Wait,
cannot.
I can't hear you.
You muted yourself.
Muted,
My
brother.
bad. Before a real life example, didn't the CEO of Activision like
Bobby Kotick.
yeah, did he have something to do with the suicide of a woman?
A woman,
Yeah.
like the report said that a woman who used to work for Activision was like assaulted, and the company didn't do anything about it, and like effectively professionally gaslit her about it, and ruined her career, and then she killed herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not saying me, but people still went out and bought Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So boom, there you go to H&M. No one gets
Like I said.
That's a little different though.
But it goes back to what I said. The average consumer does
yours in
not
the
care.
extreme fiction.
But I'm just saying,
that is an
all right.
Is it
extreme
enough for
number.
us
the
to stop?
with the example that I provided, right? So if the CEO of Rockstar was doing this, can we not just say that he was telling on himself the whole time that he was putting out these games?
I mean, that still wouldn't stop people from buying it,
No,
pre-ordering it.
Yeah, no.
game's good.
People still
Does
gonna
it
buy
stop you?
No.
You know how many people still listen to R. Kelly?
So, like, you know, if the whole company of Rockstar was outside of their headquarters with Nazi flags, we still buying it?
No.
No.
I'm not, but I guarantee you people will not. I'm guaranteeing
I will
you
pirate the
that
hell out of
people
it.
will still do that.
They ain't get my.
But
I'm gonna play the game,
by
but
him
they ain't getting my
pirating it,
money.
He's still going
So-
to play it.
So,
Yeah, but they ain't getting my money.
so,
Exactly.
so since there's no such thing as ethical consumption, is there a such thing as ethical pirating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think no.
Very
Honestly,
much so.
like I saw a good example of this on TikTok the other day. That you can't. There's no way to argue against this for ethical pirating. Like, let's say I want to play a game company made years ago, but
Getsuga Jushiro.
the original format is like obsolete. I can't buy the original content anymore. I can't buy a physical copy of the game anymore. They don't make it available digital. There's no remastered copy. There's no remake. There's literally no way for me to ethically purchase this game any longer. It's not available.
But you already own the original?
Potentially, yes. Or no, like let's say I want to go out to a retro store buy the game, but it's literally like let's say it's like an ET thing. They literally like destroyed every copy of it.
Which they
like,
did, yeah.
Like let's say like or there's copies out there, but let's say there's literally no
They're
way
high
for me to
value.
not even high value. Let's just say there's literally no way for me to buy this game to play it through any ethical means. Is it then unethical to pirate it if the company themselves have made it not available for me to play it anymore or buy it anymore?
I don't think it's unethical. They're not going to get money.
Yeah,
They stopped selling it.
if
Not-
I have
they're
exhausted
making money.
every avenue to try and give this company money to buy this game to play again in some way ethically, but they make it so I can't, is it unethical to pirate it?
All right. So what you're asking me, right? So there are two answers here. The first answer is, do I support it? Yes. Yes, I support it.
Okay.
The second answer is it ethical? No, it's not.
But if I have no other options,
I'm gonna keep it a beam with you.
Again, I'm gonna say go get that game how you got to get it. But like that's again to the code of morals. But when it comes down to ethics,
but ethics also implies like someone potentially being
is
done
doing
harm.
something malicious.
Yeah. So who would be receiving
one's
the
being
harm in
harmed.
that scenario? If they themselves have made it not available.
I'm gonna be real. If a company stops selling a game, I think it's perfectly okay to pirate it. In my opinion.
So it's okay to
we
pirate
talking about
Concord right now?
technical.
Yeah.
I think so.
But
Honestly, yes. If
but we
somebody
talking
really wants to play
technical,
Concord, I
you
think
are
it's
stealing
fine to pirate.
you're stealing someone's IP. So I mean, technically, it is unethical to steal.
That they're no longer making money off of, that they choose not to.
They
even-
kind of don't matter because you still
There's
taking
there's still a
property.
patent. There's still a trademark.
Yeah.
There's still
Listen,
you know
I'm not making
things
money
that
on it.
they you know
Listen.
like I mean, but that's like saying that
They could
you know,
be making
I
money
drew
on
Demon
it
Slayer,
from
but then I decided that I wanted to revoke everybody's rights to show Demon Slayer. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a personal project for me. I'm choosing not to make money off of it, but like it's also mine.
I look at it
Like,
like
or say I was renting my car out on Turo, and I decided that instead of renting my car out on Turo, I just wanted to put it in the garage and just keep it there so I could look at. I'm no longer making money with it. I'm no longer allowing people to rent it, but it's still mine.
yeah, but you're rent. That's
I stopped renting it now. I took it off the
I'm saying
market.
you loaned it out.
Yeah.
Those people don't
But
own
that's
that.
a contract. That's a contract that you have signed up for, that you can choose to take your car off the market if you choose to not.
Isn't that what they did with their game?
Not as, not I. You are right, but but in certain instances, like I don't agree with how they do it. Like look at the Deadpool.
I'm
game.
I'm 100% with you, mind you. Like let me be clear. I feel the same way that you do. And if I were a customer and I was looking for something, I had a memory that, you know, like if I could remember exactly what it was, I'm going to go seeking it out. And if I have to seek it out in any which way and then I can't find it and I can download it, I'm probably going to.
Or the Crew 1.
I mean, it might be.
We've talked about the Crew 1 multiple times.
They can't resell it to us, but it might be some licensing stuff inside of their contract that they can't find the person, or they can't do something, or they can't, or that company isn't trying to sell them the license to it, or
like Marvel Heroes.
Just like,
I mean, if you buy an online game,
Diablo style Marvel game.
Yeah,
the Marvel Heroes get like the MMO, sort of Diablo style Marvel game. Yeah, like that game was good to me. But once Disney got Marvel, it was gone because it was Disney.
And all the licensing issues with that. Oh my god. At some point, I think we need to there has to be something done when it comes to licensing. Because once those rights go up, it's like, okay, well, this thing that I like now is now fucking gone because two companies have decided to not be partners no more. So now I'm screwed out of this thing that I really want to play. It was a thing that happened with Marvel vs. Capcom. Licensing rights went up. Marvel vs. Capcom had to come down. Now, thankfully, we've got the collection after all that stuff's been worked out. But it's a case that happens a lot when you're dealing with certain things like that. And remember, they also said that we don't own our games. So
they pretty much moving into the digital age has changed us into renters of licenses. We're purchasing the right to use a license for as long as they see fit for us to have it.
If I don't own my game, then by that logic, piracy isn't theft.
I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, like I'm not. Well, because can you steal what you don't own?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you steal what nobody owns? Like if you don't own your game, if there's a license, every game is out here and it's, you know. So I mean, to be honest with you, if the public went to court in all countries and they decided that they wanted to argue that we are spending our money, they're telling us to purchase a game. And we're arguing that we purchased the game and they are revoking licenses. And it does not say that you get this license for however long.
You could do that. You could call your company.
I think that will happen at some point.
It's going to happen sooner or later. It's going to happen sooner or later. It's
After
just
that,
how long is it going to take?
I thought the Crew 1 thing was going to be the thing that's going to be like, oh,
that's still going. So
there is. Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's going to take like a big game for it to finally like get some steam on it. Yeah, the Crew had a
the Crew was different though because they actually sold us the game and didn't sell us a live service.
Yeah,
maybe Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, if they ever did over Call of Duty,
I don't know about Call of Duty because if they do it to Call of Duty, then Microsoft has a whole different fight ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they? If they put out a Call of Duty and they cut off like Black next year when they put out let's say 2 or 3 years from now and they put out another Call of Duty and they cut off Black Ops, that could happen because Black Ops will be obsolete and that just server space they could be
Not even if
using
they
for
just cut off
something
Black
else.
Ops, they remove your ability to even play that shit or buy it anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Or like for all of the
it's
people who
cost effective
actually
for
bought
them.
Black Ops, they can't
They
play it or
revoke
access
that
it
shit
at all.
from you. Because that was wild that Ubisoft revoked your ownership of the game. Like they took it off your account. Like you
And
ain't
this is
never
before
you never
live
owned
service
it.
even existed. So like,
They Thanos snapped that shit off.
yeah.
Just no more crew.
And obviously this is going to take a while for a resolution, but still. One more little tidbit. So I don't know if you guys are in the PC parts or upgrading, but the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D has come out and it sold out fast. Amazon still has it available for MSRP, but you know, it's $479. And you know,
It'll last you a while.
you don't get it until January, so
I'll use my 7700X till that dies.
you have a 7700X?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was considering this 9800X 3D.
I'm cool with my Ryzen 9 3900X.
All right. Well, you're gonna be the first out of all of us that's gonna want to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a 5900X. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know what these numbers that we're saying are, when it comes to Ryzen processors in your computer, and obviously the first number is the generation. So a 3900 is going to be from the 3000 series. A 5900 is going to be from the 5000. Ryzen typically goes up by 2000 every generation. So the 7900 is obviously the 7000, and the 9900 is 9000. So there are some years in between it, and thus each different generation of platform usually will be faster, more powerful, take a little bit more power, or be able to do certain things that the older ones couldn't do. So that is the appeal of someone upgrading their processor, their platform, just in case you're not really completely familiar with computers. But with the changing of the gears, I actually think that we should cap it off now. So, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. This was an amazing show. I think that all of the point of views that we provided here provided a great deal of intellectual conversation, and I always thoroughly enjoy being here with you guys. With that being said, I want to thank everybody who's tuned in with us this evening, and I bid you good night. And I hope that you have a great week. We will be back next week. We're not taking another break for a little bit, maybe somewhere around holidays, but we got some spicy things to talk about even after next week's episode, because
the
nominees for the game of the year didn't come out.
Yep.
So we're gonna hold off on that. We're gonna wait until the game awards come up very soon.
That is going to be interesting.
We didn't want to inundate you with data and information and conversations related to the video game awards when that's still over a month away. That's still about a month away. So be prepared for that. That'll probably be in one of our upcoming episodes. With that being said, now you have a couple of things to look forward to for the next couple of weeks. And in the meantime, if there's ever anything that you ever want to get done, sometimes all you got to do is just press the start button.
Press the start button.
Please.
Deuces.
Start button, yeah.
I'm gonna get somebody to make a theme song one day, bro. Like, and it's gonna literally be start button. Like, just gonna be the thing. Watch.
And I got somebody who can make instrumentals for us.
I'm gonna have somebody make a whole song. Like, he gonna be killing it. I'm telling you, that's
He
how
can
we.
sing too.
We're gonna be like, Loon, play us out, bro. Loon, play us out.
All right. There's been food.